One of the things that I'm becoming more and more aware of as I talk about nonviolence is the fact that a lot of people who identify as Christian really seem to think that at the end of the day, Jesus was a bit of a fool. I mean, sure, he was a nice guy, had some good ideas, probably a really good heart, and wanted to do the right thing. But at the end of the day, his ideas don't work in the real world or real politics. They just aren't feasible. Now, here's the thing. You don't get to call yourself a Christian unless you are willing to believe that Jesus is the way. And so when Jesus tells us things like turn the other cheek, this is not just a cliche, this is a political statement that we are going to choose nonviolence in the world. Now we're going to stand up for what's right, and we're going to protest, and we're going to resist what's wrong and evil, but we're not going to do that with violence. When Jesus says to take up your cross and follow me, this is not Jesus being naive about what it's going to cost to be nonviolent in the world. This is Jesus declaring everything that it will cost him to follow his way, and yet him still saying, this is what I want you to follow in. And so for us, as followers of Christ, those who take the name Christian and want Jesus to be our Savior, we don't get to go around believing, saying, or at least living out with our actions this idea that we think Jesus is a nice guy, but he just doesn't get it. And that means that we are constantly hopeful, that we are intentionally peaceful, and that we resist evil and injustice wherever we see it by putting ourselves on the line to say, this ends here with us, and we will not continue the cycle of violence that has brought us to this point. That is the way of Jesus. And when we follow that, we might actually just find that Jesus is our Savior as well.